Hey everybody, and welcome to another episode of the F5 Weekend Refresh. This is AS Unreal, and boy have we got some news for you today. As always, be sure to smash that thumbs up button if you liked the video, and subscribe if you want to see videos as soon as they're posted. Alright, let's get into it here. First up on the list this week, we have some new faces coming to Call of Duty Infinite Warfare. It was known for a while that Kit Harrington, who plays Jon Snow on Game of Thrones, will be taking the role as the player's main antagonist in the story. He's been doing a ton of motion capture for the game and will be working alongside another celebrity as time goes on. His name is Conor McGregor. For those of you who don't know Conor, he's an Irish MMA fighter in the UFC. He's very well known in the fighting world and has recently begun to work alongside Kit in the motion capture process. Though his role isn't officially released yet, he has become such a popular figure that we're sure it's going to be an important one. iFun4All has released a gameplay trailer of their new game, Serial Cleaner. If mass murder games leave you feeling upset and guilty, try mass cleaning instead. After a gruesome murder takes place, your job is to arrive at the scene, avoid the police, and clean up the remains of the murder that took place there. It's a stealth game that definitely has a dark sense of humor, but for some reason it looks really fun. I'm not entirely sure how you ended up choosing that career path, but in the end it's about finding a job that you love. There's no official release date set for the game, but it looks like it will only be available to PC players through Steam. While the game Stardew Valley started off incredibly strong, it appears to be dying down a little bit. Players are becoming bored of the gameplay and are slowly falling off the game. That might be changing very soon though. While there is no set release date, the game's first patch will be coming. While the latest update won't include multiplayer, which is high on fans' wish lists, it does have a bunch of other features, the biggest being the new farm layouts, which will let you focus your farm on the aspect of the game you find most interesting or fun. Specifically, a standard farm is the farming-focused farm we're used to. The Riverland farm is spread out across several islands and riverbanks with a focus on fishing. The forest farm has limited farming space due to its dense forests, but it's perfect for the lumberjack wannabes. The hilltop farm has a focus on mining, and finally the wilderness farm is for the combat-oriented player, as monsters will attack every single night. However, these farms can only be added in new games, they cannot apply retroactively. So if you do want to use one of these farms, you have to start up a brand new game. The new patch will also come with new buildings, a shed, a big empty space for customization, and a mill for making flour or sugar. New cosmetics, special artisan goods, and the ability to woo Shane or Emily. Square Enix has a new action game coming soon. They confirmed that the game will be shown off at the Tokyo Game Show next week, but other than that, no more information has been obtained. Their main stage presentation is set to take place at 9 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on September 14th. By Wednesday night or Thursday morning, we will have plenty of information on the brand new title. On September 18th, the new game will be live streamed on YouTube. It hasn't been confirmed whether or not this title will be getting a North America release, but at the same time, we still don't even know the title of the game. We're going to find out all the information we need in due time, but until then, all we can do is sit here and speculate. Horizon Zero Dawn has a brand new video out showcasing some of their new gameplay, provided by Game Informer. The game is a PS4 exclusive and is an open-world action RPG that's centered around a land where the human race no longer reigns supreme. The world is designed to feel dangerous. Every move you make should be expertly planned, and if you want to go in guns blazing, then you better have the skill to back it up. The mechanical beasts seen throughout the game are massive, aggressive, and they look awesome. The design of Horizon Zero Dawn looks amazing and is definitely taking huge advantage of next-gen capabilities. The game is set to release on February 28, 2017. Guerrilla Games still has a lot of time to perfect Horizon Zero Dawn, and I truly believe that the finished title won't disappoint many gamers. It's definitely worked its way onto my wish list. PlayStation has always been known for putting great technology into their consoles. The PS2 came with a built-in DVD player for people, the PS3 had a Blu Ray player inside, now the PS4 is coming out. It has 4K technology, it can stream 4K apps, and even play 4K games. The latest discs are the Ultra HD 4K Blu Ray discs, and guess what? The PS4 can't read them. Sony has been going on and on about these new 4K capabilities, and we all assumed that it would definitely be able to handle the latest and greatest 4K discs, but it can't. There's also a large controversy because we don't know if the Pro will have 4K native support. If you're known for having amazing technology in your machines, and the people are used to using their PlayStation console for more than just gaming, why wouldn't you give your systems the ability to be compatible with the new disc format? I mean, you guys made the Blu Ray player. If you're lucky enough to have a 4K television, you already know that the TV set alone improves your gaming experience. The base model PS4 looks amazing on a 4K TV, so is it really worth it to drop the extra $400 on the new console? You get to use the 4K apps, but odds are your TV probably already has support for them. What exactly are you paying for? At this point, I would rather keep my original PS4 and just buy a new Blu Ray player instead. Oh, and by the way, the Xbox One S does have the 4K Blu Ray disc support, just saying. Bethesda has announced that after talking for months with Sony will not allow players to mod Fallout 4 or Skyrim the way Bethesda wants them to be able to. Fans will have to continue to wait before being able to apply user mods to their games on the PS4 console. Bethesda is extremely upset about this and believes this is an important initiative. Proper mod support will not be available for the consoles until Sony approves it and allows the players to have that option. Despite Bethesda's best efforts, Sony won't allow this, and I'm really not sure why. Bethesda will keep the public informed as time goes on and will provide updates if the situation changes, but for now it looks like PlayStation players will just have to wait and hope that Sony lets this change go through. I can't imagine how frustrating this must be for Bethesda. They've put in all this work and Sony still won't allow this change to go through. After selling fewer consoles than Microsoft in the last 2 months, and the fact that people are upset with what's expected from the PS4 Pro, Sony is really just shooting itself in the foot over and over here. Lastly, we're going to wrap things up today with the new ARK Scorched Earth expansion pack. This has so many mixed reviews that I don't even know where to begin, but we may as well jump into the negative side of things first. The main problem people seem to be having with the game is the fact that Wildcard just released a paid expansion for a game in early access. If you have a game that's in early access and you want to expand upon it, that doesn't mean you make an expansion pack, it means you finish the game. Of course you want to expand upon what you have right now, the game isn't finished yet. On top of that, players that own the expansion can bring the new dinosaurs back to vanilla ARK servers. Keep in mind, these new dinos are nothing like the ones in the base game of ARK. People will have no defense set up to fend off a guy riding in on a mantis being followed by an army of fire wyverns, lightning wyverns, and rock elementals. Regular servers will be wiped out and dominated by these Scorched Earth players. It's an incredibly broken system, and I totally understand if you find a cool dino and want to bring it back to show your friend, that's fine. But this is the gaming world, people don't play nice here. They're going to take that mantis, level up melee damage every single chance they get, come to your house, hit all of your dinos for 2.5k health, and make you rage quit the game. If the mantis doesn't get you, I'm sure the lightning and fire-breathing dragons will. They need to reach a balance with the game here. I mean, even some of the new weapons are overpowered. They're good for Scorched Earth PvP, but not for cross-server. If I go to your house and you pull out a gun, I can use my Scorched Earth whip to whip the gun out of your hands, pick it up myself, and kill you with it. You can't even whip me back. All you can do is stare at me while I use your own gun against you. All that being said, the game has some really incredible new gameplay as well. The new expansion is a completely different map. It's much smaller and it's located in a desert. Due to the extreme heat in the day and the extreme cold at night, Scorched Earth makes starting a new character quite a bit more difficult. The heat during the day makes you dehydrated very quickly, and the lack of water in the desert can be a huge problem early on. At night, the map becomes cold and causes you to become hungry. If you don't go out and gather enough during the day, your night will be difficult, and if you don't spend enough time exploring at night, you'll go through your day without a water source. The new expansion also has storms that disrupt your gameplay. A lightning storm will fry your electronic equipment, a sandstorm will fatigue you, and a superheat storm will give you heat stroke and rapidly dehydrate you. You can defend yourself against these storms with structures, including the new mobile tent that can be picked up and placed as you please. The new expansion has a ton of new crafting options as well. I haven't been playing nearly long enough to experience all of them, but what I have played around with and seen in videos is really great. The boomerang, for instance, allows you to knock out dinosaurs without having to use ammo like the slingshot. By aiming the boomerang down so it bounces off the ground, or by aiming it at a wall, you can get it back in your hand significantly faster and get ready for another throw. It takes timing and practice, but it works really well. They also have chainsaws, which can do a lot of damage, but are extremely efficient when harvesting wood and clearing trees. You get incredible amounts of wood, and it takes no more than a few seconds to go through the entire tree. I haven't seen the flamethrower or the homing rocket yet, but I'm very excited to. In addition to tools and weapons, the game has also introduced new armor, like the desert armor. It doesn't give you much protection from attacks, but does defend you fairly well from the elements. The last craftable item I'm going to touch upon is the new Adobe structures. They provide players with a cool interior and are made from clay. They look really great and can be very helpful when first starting out in the game. I personally really enjoy the mod and I've had a ton of fun with it. I know it's heavily debated right now and people either love it or hate it, but so far I don't have a complaint about it. It's definitely more difficult than normal ARK, but once you get the ball rolling it becomes much easier. Thank you all for watching. Be sure to check out the YouTube channel every couple of days and look at the website daily. Bringing you the latest and greatest news, this is Sheldon with Gamers Unite. We hope to see you soon.